What's going on, everybody? It's the Bearded Buffalo coming to you today with some more Motorsport Manager. Firebird MRT now sits in first place in the Constructors Championship by 11 points. And we are headed to Tondela, so a different configuration of the Portuguese Grand Prix. We've got round 8 and 9 today. Let's check some email. Now we've got an interview for JTV Sport. The two drivers are fighting away at the front there. Any thoughts about giving team orders? No, never. Team orders are cowardly. I want my drivers to race. I thought about it, but it makes for better TV when they're racing. I regret not doing it. We could have saved a few heart attacks. I think we'll say I thought about it, but it makes for better TV when they're racing. Car repair finished. Let's take a look at what we've got going on here. So we've got a gearbox that we're working on improving and some brakes that we could work on improving. We'll let them finish the gearbox. Looks like it's going to be about 3 days, so we'll let that happen. So that is the reliability is up to 100% there, and we'll start working on the brakes. Wow, and it's going to be 5 days after the race before the brakes are up to 100%, which is a bit surprising, honestly. But let's I guess let them work on it. On the upcoming race, 25 laps and a 3.08, so basically a 3-mile lap, 10% chance of rain only, so could see some sprinkles, but probably doubtful. Time to pick our sponsor for the Portuguese Grand Prix. We're going to stick with Jandermole Media because we continue to just make money from them with them, so we'll continue to bring Jandermole to the track with us. And now it's time to fit some parts. So the brakes are at 90%, so I think they're ready, which is great. I didn't think they were going to be ready. And other than that, there's nothing else really to be done as far as fitting parts go. So I will check in with you all after practice. Okay, so we're nearing the last 30 seconds again, trying to get the perfect setup here, and I'm getting close each time, but still can't quite seem to nail down the perfect setup. But we're going to be in the high 90 percentile range with both Gerard and Sabato, so we'll make our adjustments as we need to as we are preparing for the race right now. For our knowledge increase for Sabato, we will do race trim and light-footed on soft tires. And for Gerard, we will do race trim and pit stop guru refueling. Same as almost always. And oh boy, we've messed Sabato up. I went the wrong way with the speed balance, I think, which should be a pretty simple fix. So we just need to bring the speed balance back down one click, and that should be even to, oh no, not quite even. So that moves me just to the left of great there, which I think is what we want. That was great. The little arrow was great and great there. So I want to be in the middle of that. How do I do that? Just like that. And I move this gear ratio down a whole another click. That seems like a lot. But let's try it out. We're going to roll the dice a little bit with Sabato. Go 8 to 10 laps on the soft tire, and this is only a 25 lap race. 10 laps of fuel. We will leave him full. No rain in the forecast. Could have swore that I had excellent on the downforce previously. Great and great. And oh boy, which way do I go? Let me give just a tiny bit more. And we're going to call that good for Gerard. Hopefully that doesn't make the setup worse. Gerard can go 10 to 12 on the tires, but only 10 laps of fuel, so it doesn't really matter. We'll probably go 8 and 9 or 7 and 8, depending on the situation. And just like always, attack and overtake for the drivers. We get a quick peek at the grid. And again, also, just like always, Sabato in 20th, Gerard in 17th. And now it's time for 5 red lights at the second running of the Portuguese Grand Prix in the European Racing Series. And we are off. Gerard looking to the outside, Sabato on the inside, caught. And everybody's caught up here in the back of the pack. Gerard's made his way up into 16th, 17th, now back to 17th, into 16th. He's got the inside corner, which will soon be the outside. Back to the inside again on that little chicane. And Gerard shoots the middle up into 12th. Sabato still stuck back in 19th. Gerard is pumped up right now. Ooh, look, he was looking to go 3 wide to make the pass. Couldn't do it. Went back to the outside. Now, see if he can make a pass on the outside. He is not able to and is falling back as Sabato was moved up into 10th. Wow, I didn't even notice that. I'm going to change the angle of the view here. That was a little bit stomach sickening. Oh, and Sabato locked up, which allowed Gerard to make the pass for 14th. Nobody having a lightning start, but still slowly making our way up through the pack. Beauchamp is in front of us, which does not bode well, but Sabato taking the attack to Beauchamp, and no, Jean-Pierre Gerard has crashed. Oh, that could kill our championship chances. Oh, dear God. Sabato in front of Beauchamp with only 3 rounds left. We need our drivers to finish races. And we're going to go to medium and neutral for Sabato, hoping that he can still make a couple of passes, maybe put a car or two between him and Beauchamp for this first sector. But no, Beauchamp right on his gearbox. Beauchamp on high engine mode and saving the tires as of right now. Well, not saving, just on medium for the tires. But Sabato still now moves up into 6th. Gerard, come on, you have to drive better than that. We can't have you going careening into the sand pit. The gravel pit, I guess I should say. But here in Portugal, it looks a little bit more like sand than gravel. Okay, Sabato, make this pass. I'm going to give you some extra juice to make sure that Beauchamp doesn't get around you as you're trying to make this pass stick. Ooh, Sabato still stuck in 6th place. We've increased to attack and overtake, but Sabato still not able to make the pass, and Mello's slowing him up dearly now. There we go. There's the pass back to medium and neutral. Basically, we get around 4th, and then 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are all grouped up here, and now it's going to be, oh no, Sabato back into 6th. It's going to be a 7-car battle, basically, for 1st place as Beauchamp does make the pass. And Sabato will follow suit, staying with Beauchamp step for step now that he's in front. And Sabato makes the pass on the last turn of lap 6, now serving lap 7. With 3 laps of fuel remaining, I don't know if we can make the tires go another 3 to the pits. Only 8 laps. That's no good. But we did attack for 3 laps, so we'll maybe back that down in this middle stint and hope we can make it on 3 stints on soft tires and not need to go to the slower compound, the medium tires. Attack and overtake. Now coming into the pits on an in-lap, looking to undercut Beauchamp, but Beauchamp is now probably a full second ahead of us. Just kidding, full 3 seconds ahead of us, as is staying out for 1 more lap, and we are hoping Sabato can at least jump a couple of those cars that were in the pits, and just 1 Mello Cavalcanti comes out right in front of Beauchamp, and now it's time to drop down to medium and neutral because these tires need to last. John Stottier maybe staying out. Oh no, John Stottier in the pits now, so we will get around John Stottier, and Beauchamp comes out behind us, also on medium tires, so probably able to push a little bit harder than us, but Beauchamp comes out in 4th. Sabato does make the undercut work. Love your work, mate. Great outlap. Sabato on the gearbox of Cavalcanti, who makes the pass for 1st place. Beauchamp makes the pass for 3rd. Another grouping of 4 cars here. And Sabato, not giving up easily, fights back and gets into 2nd to put Cavalcanti in between himself and Beauchamp. But Cavalcanti makes the pass. Sabato side by side for 2nd place. Holds Beauchamp off for the time being and now sets Valdez in his sights. But Valdez putting in a magnificent drive. I thought for sure Valdez would be falling back hard at this point with greater tire wear than Beauchamp in the slower compound, but Sabato then now does make the pass, and now hopefully will be able to set some sort of a gap between himself and Beauchamp, who I feel like is the main competitor for this race win in Portugal. At the end of lap 17, Now, we've decided to call Sabato in, so he will need to have another 8-lap stint to close out the race. I really would have liked to have been able to go one more lap on the tires, but he just wouldn't have been able to. No! And there's been a mistake in the pit box, 9-second mistake, changing the tire, and that could likely cost Sabato and Firebird MRT a race win because he's not going to be able to push to make up for that. We're going to have to pray that Beauchamp has an issue, otherwise Beauchamp may end up walking away with a race win here. Beauchamp now into the pit. Smart move, not giving Sabato time to close it up, so Sabato at least has to make the pass. And Beauchamp comes back out into first place. Clearly no mistake by the boys in his pit box. On lap 22, Sabato is closing in. 2.8 is now down to 1.6 as we are gaining on Beauchamp. Beauchamp is actually on the same strategy as us right now, pushing and medium. Sabato now closes in to within 1 second. We are going to overtake and push on the tires because it is a half second on the gearbox now of Beauchamp, looking to the outside in the chicane, cannot make it stick. Don't worry, mate. You've got another full lap to go to make the pass. Just don't lose touch. Just don't lose touch. Under a half second now. As we get the white flag, it is increased there shortly to 1.5 as Beauchamp. Where did that speed come from? It was 0.4 for a whole lap. Beauchamp must be pushing. Yes, Beauchamp is pushing. We will follow suit as we are coming to the checker flag. Come on, Sabato, make it work. Come on, Sabato. Coming into the final corner with lap traffic, can't make it work as Beauchamp's going to take first place. Sabato in a close second. But don't forget about the 9-second mistake made, changing a tire in the pit stop. Clearly, that is the difference maker for Garuda. Garuda finish in first and fourth is going to mix things up in the Drivers' Championship, or excuse me, the Constructors, as I think Garuda is going to pass us for first place, and they do. Now, after Portugal, Garuda with 278, Firebird 274. Interview with Motorsport Motorsportif, maybe? Let's talk about Jean-Pierre Gerard's crash. Where does the fault lie? It was a bad mistake. He needs to have a long, hard look at himself. There must have been an issue with the car's setup. The mechanics need to step up their game, or it was my own strategic error. I asked him to push, and when drivers are pushing, these things happen. It was lap 2, I believe, when I asked him to push, so I'll take the blame. Oh, wow. Bill Page, -5 in happiness, 10 in happiness, and Jean-Pierre gets +5. Car's fixed. Let's finish the reliability of those brakes. Oh, here we go. An email from Sabato. Hey, boss. I've heard from a contact inside Garuda Racing that they're working on improving their driver's first lap performance. I've been analyzing my telemetry with some of the mechanics, and they say there are a couple of ways in which I could improve. So, should I work on improving my starts, or should we concentrate on my braking? Well, that's an interesting one, right? Braking is for the whole race. First lap hero, I think, is like +1 or 2 to every stat for Sabato for that first lap. I mean, I wish I could tell you to work on improving your smoothness. I think while first lap hero is cool, I like the plus to all the categories. Braking's for the whole race. So we're going to add personality trait late braker. And we're going to call braking for sure. And European Racing Series team bosses at the GMA are ruminating on a proposed rule which will increase the speed limit within pit lane. Faster pit speeds will, of course, mean that teams spend less time within the pit lane. This should free teams up to use more radical strategies within the race. I hope the rule is passed, said former team boss Eddie Dubois. I think it'll allow team principals much greater control over the outcome of the race, which can only be a good thing. Interesting. And the repair or the reliability improvement is complete on those brakes. We have a couple of other pieces that aren't quite at 100, so we will work to improve those and get them closer to 100. Oops, wrong spot. but we'll do it much, much slower. So now we're going to start to actually improve the performance of parts just through improving them here. And I think we'll start with the engine, although that's going to take 71 days. Is there anything else that might be closer to doable? Yeah. We will improve the gearbox, and it'll be done 11 days after the race, and the suspension's improvement will be done 7 days after the race. Now the new vote started on the faster pit lane. Interesting, they didn't mention anything about the safety decrease on pit lane for the pit crew workers. This rule will benefit progressive teams, Garuda, Octane, Dragon Racing China. This rule will not benefit traditional teams, Firebird, Vexala, and ZRT Autosport. I don't care one way or another. It's equal for everyone. So I'm going to abstain, and let's find out what happens. And it passes. So 5 votes for, 2 votes against, and 3 principals abstain. A report on the race in Milan. It'll be a 21-lap race, 3.7 miles in length per lap, and 40% chance of rain on race day. And Sabato asking for a test track. I'm aware that you want it, Andre. I don't have enough money again. Firebird MRT driver Jean-Pierre Gerard's penchant for online racing sims is well known, but the 24-year-old is now the proud owner of a renowned sim racing trophy. The online Super Series attracts the best sim racers around, says sim racing enthusiast website owner Steve Buffett. The fact that Gerard managed to win shows that he's a real talent. In the final event of the tournament, Gerard pulled off some extreme overtaking maneuvers and displayed all of his skills, which have made him famous on and offline. These sim moves are really helping out. Overtaking +2 and marketability +5. Booyah. Good boy, Gerard. We will again take Jandermole Media to the track in Italy. And a little bit of part fitting. I don't think we have any new parts, so everything should still be exactly how you want it. And yes, yes it is. Alright, I will check in with you all at the end of practice. We are nearing the last 30 seconds now of practice. In fact, it's just about over. Setup went pretty well. There was some rain mixed in the middle there, so we had to deal with that and put the wet tires on. But practice is over. We are going to be close to level 3 on race trim knowledge, but I think we are just going to miss out as Sabato across the finish line. So let's take a look at the setups. Knowledge-wise, we will do race trim and light-footed, just like always, and race trim pit stop guru, just like always. Let's take a look at car setup. All right. Excellent, great, excellent, and excellent, great, good. I had one that was better. I had an excellent, great, great. So we'll try that out with a quick change just in the tire camber to move the speed balance just a little bit closer to top speed. And we will go soft tires for Gerard, 12 to 14, only a 21 lap race. So really only need to go 7. 7 sounds good. Maybe Gerard will go 8 on this first stint. 9 laps of fuel in the tank. And Sabato, I think we're leaving you right where you are, pal. I don't really feel comfortable making any kind of change, so we're going to stick with that. And 10 to 12 laps on the soft tire, but he does have that light-footed bonus, so that should help. Driver strategy, as always, attack and overtake. No rain in the forecast as of yet, but we will have to keep a close eye on that because 40% chance of rain today. Starting grid remains the same. Sabato 20th, Gerard 17th. And now we head to 5 red lights for the Italian Grand Prix here in Milan. Firebird MRT need to have a major comeback race here today. And wow, the inside was fast. Beauchamp already up into 11th. while Sabato in 20th, Gerard in 18th. Now Gerard up into 16th, Sabato still in 20th. Sabato, up the inside, 3 wide with Cavalcanti between Sabato and Gerard. But now Sabato starting to make his moves on the inside. Hopefully he'll be able to use that late braking now piece to his advantage. In 14th, Gerard battling for 16th, now into 14th himself. Yellow flag in Sector 2 as Luigi Marchettas crashed. Sabato continuing to pass cars. No overtaking in Sector 3 as Jean-Francis Beauchamp has crashed. Sorry, Beauchamp. We needed that, and we needed it bad. Now in 8th and 10th, pretty quick, we need to back off at least the fuel usage for both drivers. And that's what we're going to do right now. It was a different configuration, but this is the track where Gerard crashed after he had a lightning start. So looking for redemption here in Italy is Gerard. Sabato up into 3rd now as Gerard is in 9th. Only 16 laps remaining in the Grand Prix. This seems like a quick one. Sabato around the outside into the chicane. Makes the pass. Gerard's up into 6th now, past Jaw. And Sabato now only 3 seconds out of the lead. 2.4 laps of fuel remaining. He can go into high and still complete 2 laps versus Gerard, who will be starting his last lap right now. And Paul Gerard into the pits at the completion of lap 7. Sabato will be staying out 1 additional lap. And Sabato on the gearbox of Valdez. Likely enough fuel to push. Definitely enough tire wear to attack. Sabato into 1st place. Passes Valdez. No pit stops necessary. Sabato now. We will call Sabato in onto the soft tire after 8 laps. Great work for Sabato. A couple of other drivers into the pits. In fact, all other drivers except for Valdez pulled into the pits there. Everybody in the completion of lap 8. Sabato in 2nd, Gerard in 3rd. Gerard needs to go to medium and neutral. Arbeloa closing in. Gerard trying to pull away or at least hold Arbeloa off enough to allow Sabato to increase the lead. Tanvir Jaw marred down in 6th right now. Gerard now will be coming in at the completion of lap 15 for another set of soft tires, and there will only be 6 laps remaining. We will fill him up to the full 9 because he makes such quick pit stops. And come on in, Gerard. Also, I think that said his happiness with the setup is now 99%, so that's working out for us. And Sabato will be going 1 additional lap, and he is going to attack and overtake, and we will call Sabato in at the completion of lap 16 of 21. So a short stint coming up for Sabato. Because these pit stops take that much longer, we will put a little bit less fuel in for Sabato, which is a risk. And wow, engine wear is an issue for Sabato. Can't afford 19 seconds. So we're going to put even less fuel in because we will not be pushing the car. 10-second pit stop for Sabato. I hope I select the tires. Gerard has a good pit stop, 8.3 seconds. Pits from 2nd, comes out in 2nd. 9-second mistake on the tires, and that allows Gerard to get past Sabato. Boy, Sabato's got to be fired up about that. Not pushing the engine at all. We will push the driving style. We'll push the tires. But Gerard now in 1st place. I should have checked Gerard's condition. Gerard has an issue with the rear wing, apparently. Oh boy. I should have fixed that while he was in the pit stall. Sabato is fighting back here with 2 laps remaining, and oh no, Gerard has an actual issue with his rear wing. We need to go to at least high and push. He needs to make this part last, and Sabato's about to have the same issue, but we've got a battle for first place among teammates here. It's only a half second as we are on the final lap now of the Italian Grand Prix. We've got a first and second, like not locked because of this condition issue, but we are close to having a first and second lock. Just a matter of, hey, who's going to be on the top step? Is it Gerard or is it Sabato? And that Beauchamp crash couldn't have come at a better time to improve our chances of winning the Constructors' Championship as we complete round 9 of 10 in the European Racing Series with a solid 1-2 for Firebird MRT, and Tanvir Jha, unable to improve his position, now finishes in 5th place. Drivers' Championship gets a little bit closer, but not much. Sabato holding on to first, but now only 2 points separate Beauchamp and Gerard, who took home the race win today. And in the Constructors' Championship, now Firebird MRT with 313 and Garuda with 296. So now a 17-point gap between Firebird and Garuda, as we will be heading now to round 10 of the European Racing Series. The final round in the championship will come down to that race. Hope you all will be looking forward to the next episode of Motorsport Manager, as we will be hitting the conclusion of our first season with Firebird MRT. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, smash the like button. Really helps me out. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. Otherwise, as always, thank you for hanging out with me, and I will catch y'all in the next one.